Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking to you all about how I design on-brand packaging for my clients. So if you're interested and you've been wanting to kind of offer packaging as a service for your clients, then just keep on watching. If you're new here, my name is Shah. I'm a branding and web designer based in the UK. And if you like videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. So when you're designing any kind of packaging for a client, there are a few things that you need before you can start designing. Number one is any information that's going to be required on the packaging itself. And that could be anything from ingredients, how to use the product, any features and benefits. It could be nutritional information if it's food related. It could be a barcode that they want added on the packaging. It could really be anything. So this all is down to the client. So make sure you gather any information that's required on the packaging before you begin the design. So that is number one. Number two, for any type of packaging design, you're going to need something called the die line. And if you don't know what a die line is, basically it's like a template that is sent to the manufacturer with all the different lines, cuts and folds that are needed in the final physical package. And it's very important as a designer that you have the correct die lines before you send that off to the manufacturer, just so that you know exactly what the final package is going to look like. There are different ways to get the die line. Now, the client may already have a manufacturer. In that case, they will provide you with a die line and you can start on the design. Or they might ask you to source your own die line and they might give you the measurements of what they want. And in that case, I will share with you the tool that I've been loving and I've been using for my own client work. But yeah, it's very easy to find your own die line. The only thing is they might also ask you to find a manufacturer. And I've got a few tips on how you can find a manufacturer at the end, so stay tuned for that. Before I get into the design work, what I like to do is gather some inspiration, look at some competitors that are doing similar types of packaging to what I'm after, and create sort of like a mood board of what I envision for this kind of brand. So today I'm going to be using a brand called Higher Self, and this is a brand that I created myself and I thought it would be a fun one to use for this particular video. So Higher Self is a athleisure brand. I envision it as a really fun kind of Gen Z brand that doesn't take itself too seriously, but it still has like that cool and modern and minimal feel to it. So I'm going to try and create packaging that encompasses all of those things. And I am going to create a mailer box today just because I don't think athleisure products will need any kind of specific packaging for each product. It's more so the box that it gets sent in. So I'm going to focus on the mailer box today, and that's what I'm going to be finding a die line for. So I'm going to jump into the tool that I use called Packdora, which is amazing, and then we can get started. Okay, so I'm currently in Packdora, the tool that I use to find my die lines. So basically, Packdora has thousands of different templates, has mock-ups, has die lines, everything that you'll need to create any type of packaging, really. If you have a client that needs some die lines, they don't already have them, I would really recommend coming on here. And even if they do provide you with a die line, you can put in specific measurements into Packdora and you can create kind of a mock-up, which I'll show you later on in this tool as well. So I think it is an incredible tool. And if you just want to practice creating packaging for clients, this is a really good to use to get a feel for how to work with the die lines and also to see how it's going to look as a physical 3D version. So definitely give this a go. Packdora have been kind enough to give me a 50% off code for your full membership. I'll link that down below, but definitely give this a go if you're looking to upgrade your packaging design workflow. I'm actually going to get started with the folding die line box, which I believe is the first one. Yeah, this is the one. I am going to go with the manufacturer dimensions. Otherwise, you can import these yourself, whatever the dimensions are that the client wants or has given you. Or if you have a die line already from a manufacturer and you just want to redo it in Packdora, you can also do that just by inputting the right dimensions in this section. But for now, I'm going to just stick with the manufacturer dimensions and I'm going to download it for AI. So I've hit AI here and I'm downloading the die line. These are the die lines. Basically, I've duplicated them. So we've got the inside, well, this will be the outside and this will be the inside. They're both exactly the same, but I just need to remember that this is going to be what's showing on the outside of the box, and this is going to be showing when you open up the box. You'll see kind of the interior of the mailer box. And then over here I've just put all of the branding, and I've put the color palettes, a little bit of inspo, the fonts, and any icons I think that I will be needing on the actual box itself. So that's just helpful to have over there. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to fill the outermost layer, which is this green one here, and I am going to fill it with this pink. And it's good just to keep the dye lines here, like the crease lines and everything, all exposed right now while we're designing, just so that we know where everything's going and we're making sure it's all in the right place. Now, for the outside of the box, I like to flip this around because it's just easier for me to envision, because I know that this section here is going to be at the front. So I like to flip it around. You don't actually have to do this, but I just find this easier. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to start designing. So I like the idea of a really bold kind of logo. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think I really like the pink and the orange together. So I'm going to take the orange logo. I'm going to drag this just so that it goes over the whole of the front part of the box. And as I said before, it's a fun brand and it's very young and modern, but at the same time, I don't want it to be too loud and crazy. I still want to keep it quite minimal. So I'm not going to add too much busyness, just the essentials, but I do want to add something that kind of goes over the fold a little bit, just so it looks really seamless. Every night I close my eyes and see only lavender dreams, baby. I'm going to add a little bit of information. So what I'm going to do is add some text. I'm going to grab this one and put the slogan in here. What can I do when a million things are running through? Million things I can't undo. I just sleepwalk, I just sleep talk. And then I'm gonna add some information, maybe like the website and the socials. All I got. What can I say with a million things I can't erase? Million people I can't save. I just sleepwalk, I just sleep talk. Don't wanna wake up. Okay, something like that is nice. And then maybe what I'll do, make this fold section a different color. Tell me that you can see what I see, feeling wrapped up in the warmth of Sunday memories. But I don't even know what's next. But all I know is step by step. But then again, I don't wanna wait for bliss when all I really need is only lavender dreams, baby. I like that. What I like to do is I think I've got the idea down, and then once I actually see it as a 3D physical box, it really helps me fine tune it. So I'm going to keep it as this for now because, like I said, it is a fun brand, but at the same time it's also minimal. So I don't want to add too much on there and just make it look really busy. I want to make it look clean as well. One last thing I want to add to the outside is just some little icons on the back of the fold of the box, where it shows how to connect. So I'm going to say this brand has a podcast, a YouTube channel, an Instagram account, a TikTok account, or a website. So I'm going to pick 4 of those things and just paste them on the back of the box. And this is going to have to go upside down now. So I'm going to actually flip it back around the other way now that I've done that section. So I'm just designing everything upright, and these will go here. So I think I'm going to leave it there for basically the outside of the box. I think I'm happy with that. Like I said, I like to go and tweak anything if I need to in the 3D designer. It really helps me visualize it. And then if I need to tweak anything, I go and do that afterwards. But now I'm going to do the inside of the box. So when we open the box, what is it going to look like? So I think I want to make this a little bit more fun. I'm going to go for maybe the orange as a background, just really bright. Let's see. What I thought would be cool is to use this submark because it's such an organic kind of shape. It would be nice to fit in as a pattern somewhere or create a pattern out of it. So what I'm going to do is just play around with how these could look together. So what I'm going to do now is create a clipping mask from this, just because I don't want these to be outside of the bounds of the packaging. So what I'm going to do is select both of these and then create a clipping mask. And as you can see, it's kind of lost the background color. So what I'm going to do is find where this is. And so I can see that this is what I'm looking at. And then I'm just going to select that and then make this filled with orange again. So what I'm going to do now is just add back in those lines because I had to take them out when I was making a clipping mask because it just got in the way. So I'm just going to copy and paste this and match it up just so I can see exactly where I'm designing, and then we can always get rid of that at the end. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of text here because I always think it's nice when you open up the packaging and there's like a tagline in the box. Okay, so I think that's all we need. We've got the two designs here. Now, before I export them, I'm just going to remove the die line. Okay, so I'm going to export the items now, and with Packdora, it's easier to export them as PNGs. So that's what I'm going to do, export for screens. Right, subfolders, no, we don't need to do that. So let's just export them. We only need these two. Into Packdora, we can start designing with the online creator tool. Where we downloaded the die line, there is an option underneath the download button where it says design with the online creator. This allows you to design straight on the website. Let's say if you were a designer and you had a business and you wanted to just quickly throw something together, you can do this all via the website, which is amazing. But if you are a designer and you want to make something a little bit more bespoke, you can upload your own designs, which I'm going to show you how to do. Okay, so I'm going to just upload the design by dragging those in. And we're going to start with the outside of the box first. So what I'm going to do here is match everything up. So that there is pretty much all aligned. And then I'm going to do the same with the inside. Okay, so that is all aligned too. And then we can go into mockup mode and just have a look at how exactly it is going to look. So from the front, it looks like this, and very like minimal, simple. And then we've got the logo from this side. And then if we open it up, we can see the design that we made for the inside. So we've got the text there. It's a very cool, you can see it all different angles, what it's going to look like. And I'm pretty happy with that actually. Oh, I forgot the back. Okay, so once you're happy with that, basically all you need to do is export the die line and mock up. So basically if you want to show your client what the mock-up is going to look like, you can export the mock-up as a video, or even just as an image. You can export it as well. So you can just drag it to how you want it to look. You can take multiple different images and export those. And then when you're finally happy with all the mock-ups and you want to export, then you can go into export die line. So this is how it looks. You have the outer, and then you have the inner as well. So basically, once you have that die line, you're ready to send that over to manufacturer, and the manufacturer will then create your design and turn it into packaging. So that is your job done. If you have the manufacturer already sourced, or if your client has already sourced the manufacturer. If not, and a client has put that in your hands and you have no idea where to look, Packdora actually have manufacturers that they recommend. So if you go onto their website, go onto the printing tab, they have a list of printing partners that you can go and have a look at and reach out to. They have printing partners that are from all over the world, so you can go and see what would best suit your client. You can even send this list to your client and see if they have any kind of preference with who you go for. You can reach out to a few and see where you can get the best quote as well. So yeah, just have a look on that website. You can even just go into Google and find some manufacturers that way as well. But here is a good starting list if you have no idea where to start looking. So that basically concludes my packaging design workflow. It's very, very simple, not difficult at all. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Do let me know if you find Packdora useful. As I said before, I have a 50% off code in the description, so check that out if you want to use it to practice your packaging workflow. But yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to leave those down below. If not, I'll see you in my next video.